new truck, Hazel? Do you like this new truck? I think you do. I think you do. Yeah. Girl, I know. It's a great paint job. I know. I appreciate it. Good girl. Thank you very much, Hazel. You're a good girl. What do you think?
Hey, we are crawling on all fours, and today I'm talking about this Rock Pirates RC. This is the third video, and I'm breaking down the parts that I used to finish out this crawler. I've been super happy with it. I've been really excited to wrap this up, and I can't wait to show you. Come on, let's go check it out. All right, now that we've talked about the paint job, the body, and basically putting everything together to make this body look as good as it does and look more scale, look more realistic, let's take this off and I'll show you what I've done on the inside with the electronics. So this has been a great build. I've really enjoyed putting this thing together just with all the different electronics that I've either already had or upgraded to. So when I first built this, I built it basic, and I should have realized I was not going to be happy with something basic. If you remember, I bought the chassis just by itself. There were no wheels and tires. It was just the Rock Pirates Interceptor chassis. I had the servo mount, and then I also had a few other Rock Pirates pieces like the hardline bed here and a few other bits and bobs. But this came with the Element Enduro Builder's Kit, so transmission was already in, skid plate was already in, and then the axles, really. There were some Rock Pirates skid plates, but that was more for a power wagon, which I did not obviously want to do a power wagon because I went with the RC four-wheel drive Mojave 2. Some of the electronics that I already had were this RC four-wheel drive motor. So this is a brushed 20-turn motor. Actually performs really well, but it requires a separate ESC. So from another Element Enduro that I had a Reedy standard SC400X servo. This came with the Element Enduro Sendero truck, the original version. And I had purchased a Hobbywing 1080 for that truck, so I had taken this out of that one. This was just sitting in the drawer, needed to be used, and I figured, okay, well, save a few bucks. I'm just going to use that since I already had it. I used the motor since I already had it. Good combination between the two, but the ESC it was more of a one-to-one in terms of coming up to some rocks and then kind of stalling, so you'd have to give it some more throttle in order to get it over those rocks. I already have a Hobbywing Fusion 1800 kV, the Gen 1, the first generation version in one of my other crawlers, one of my other Element Enduros, and really like it. So I ended up buying another Hobbywing Fusion, their current Series 2, which is basically the same thing as their Series 1. And this thing, it is super crazy slow. I absolutely love it. I went with the FlySky GT5, and I really thought this was one of the greatest purchases I ever made in RC. The thing I really like about this transmitter is it's crazy fast. And I've got a 9 iMod servo. This is just a cheap eBay purchase. It was like 35 bucks. I ended up getting two of these for like 60 bucks. So it's a 45 kg, quick, strong, and really efficient. I'm running an Adventurer pack, 4300 battery pack from Gen's Ace. Really like this. Gives me tons of run time. I can get hours and hours out of that thing, and just doesn't break a sweat. If you recall, in my first video, I talked about this battery tray. This was the original battery tray that came with the rig. It was the Shorty style battery tray, the Element Enduro battery tray, and it kept on hitting the drive shaft because this is a low CG vehicle, and I needed to fix that. Instead of just cutting it, I went ahead with a more elegant solution, and I got the Rock Pirates RC battery tray. It's a low profile, low CG battery tray. They cut out exactly what needed to be cut out, and that way it made room for the drive shaft because they went ahead and thought of everything in advance. And I figured, you know what? Let me just go ahead and add another Rock Pirates piece to this Rock Pirates rig. And I think this was the perfect thing to add.
Nice.
I made some purchases for some accessories. So I got some of the, I got some fuel tanks, little scale fuel tanks, and you can see I embellished that with some oil staining. I just took some of my dark acrylic paint, and I put some nitrile gloves on, some black nitrile gloves, and then just simply put a little bit of paint on my fingers and rubbed it into the canisters. Same thing on the other canisters. I've just got some different color canisters. I like these a lot, but basically just just add a little bit of character to those. Did a little fire extinguisher. These are just little felt pads I tied together. I don't know what they can be, but it's just a little scale detail. And I got a couple boxes. This rear spare tire, what I ended up doing was I'm not using the inner ring, and I'm not using the other side of this wheel. I'm basically just using one face. And I cut out a custom piece of plastic, and I drilled some holes. I made some markings of where the holes needed to be. So that way I've secured it to the back side of this face, mainly so that I can bolt down the wheel, because this bolt is basically holding onto that piece of black plastic. It's hard to see, and I did not take any video of it, but that's how I did it. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to save weight. The inner ring and then the other side of the face, the other side of the wheel, were really heavy. And because this is mounted high, because it's sitting on the bed basically on the back rails, I didn't want any extra weight if I was at an incline, and I didn't want it to fall back easily. I have tested it with and without the additional weight, and this certainly has proven to be a solid decision, or a more efficient decision. I've got a little custom-made 3D printed license plate frame. I designed this myself to go on the bumper rails here. So these bumper rails are actually made for a front bumper, but I figured, you know what, let me put it in the back here. So with those bumper bars in the back, allowed me to create and design this 3D printed license plate frame, as well as mount the high lift jack. That's an all metal high lift jack. I just got that off of Injora. Really nice, actually, piece of hardware. When I was first putting together the body and mounting it onto the chassis, there was a gap of exactly this depth. And so I went on my computer and I used SketchUp to design my models. I don't have the paid version, so I cannot export in a 3D printed version or configuration. And so I just sent it to my friend. I gave him the dimensions in millimeters of what it needed to be, and he was able to print that up for me. And as you can hear, the transmitter is beeping at me because it's not sensing any activity, which is a great feature, because that way you can't forget to turn the transmitter off. I do want to support the local hobby, U.S. companies. Granted, maybe not all of their products are made in the USA, but what is made in the USA these days? If you got some comments and suggestions of what I should get just to support the hobby, support the local manufacturers, please put some comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and love to make some upgrades and support the local hobby. Now, last but not least, I wanted to talk to you guys about the rock sliders that I made. So I custom made these out of ABS plastic from this Rally Armor. This is simply a mud flap for my car, and I had some extra that I trimmed. All I did was I cut out some additional plastic, and then I cut myself a mold, and then once I cut one of them, I cut the other one. You can see how thin it is. I like the low profile look of it because that way, number one, it gives me more clearance.
We have clearance, Clarence.
But number two, it's more attractive. So that's with the body on. If there's just nothing to it. But it's durable. It doesn't bend very easily. Cut it short enough and close enough to the body that it's rigid, but at the same time, it's slippery. See that? So it's just got the 2 screws there. Got some washers just to get a little bit more surface area, surface tension. But other than that, it's a simple design. And I thought, you know, this is the perfect element of customization on a custom rig like this. Hey, thanks again for tuning in to Crawling on All Fours. As we wrapped up this video series of the Rock Pirates RC Interceptor chassis. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and we would love it if you subscribe for more content in the future. Thanks so much. Keep crawling.